The avarice of the merchant princes will not plague Sir John's crusade any longer. With their numbers, they attempted to overwhelm the knights outside their port city. They were armed with only weapons and not faith in a lady. Their lack of piety would prove to be their undoing. Later, the brave crusaders tore down the walls of Miragliano and made it their own, a sanctified, holy place, blessed by the lady. A brief rest was allowed, but Sir John had to usher his men to the sunken city of Skavenblight, where Clan Scryer brought out their diabolical weapons and explosives. But this wretched hive was clean too. It was burned down and left in ruin. More rats yet remain. Their schemes and plagues will end this year. The knights will see to it. The Skaven over in Estalia have got to be put to the blade quickly. We'll keep the lands here unless our allies would like them more, or we believe that maybe they could defend their lands a little bit better than I could. And if they don't mind me having them. +4 to leadership, I'll give it to my Knights of Origo. You can auto-resolve here, it's only a minor battle. Thankfully, the Lizardmen of Laqua no longer wanted to fight me. We'll occupy Tobato. I suppose they're fighting many Tomb Kings right now, or other factions. Clan Scryer is still alive, and now Sir John has found some artifact over in the wreckage of Tobato, a Helm of Discord. That should prove to be quite beneficial, and we have a new regiment of renown unlocked, the Wardens of Montfort. The elite of Montfort's lowborn, saddled castle defenders often sent out to harass besiegers with their noxious arrows. We'll pick that up right now for fun. There we are. They can come join me in combat once more. They've got an upkeep of 155, missile damage of 20, 18 volleys total. Alright, they have good ranged accuracy, really. We'll try that out. And we now have another pit fighter. I believe we've already done one, but now we can capture more enemies after a battle. There's a reason why I'm not giving a mount to our legendary lord and, of course, our hero. Because right now, they're fighting many defenders in castles or other locations like that. And they've got to prove to their men that, hey, we're in it together. I'm going to pick up the foaming one. The fury of Sir John has become legendary, and amongst the Easterners, they have dubbed Sir John the foaming one. What a fantastic name. And over here for Don Domingo, we shall give him the sword purifier. Sickness must be purged, and purged it shall be. That it will. And for Sophia, I will put a point into Earthblood for her. She can keep our armies alive. At Tobato, Sir John will order a fishery to be rebuilt. There we are. We do not need a livery here. I won't be recruiting way out here. Again, if Estalia does not mind me having these lands, I'll keep them. Maybe one day I can take Magrita. Or maybe I'll give it back, I haven't decided. I just do not want to be drawn into a war way out there.
What would you have of me?
Why don't you try to steal technology from them? I'm not against learning of what our foes like to use. And because you're not going to join my army soon, here's a point into specialist. You want her to be cheaper to act? I've got a decent amount of income coming in now. Sartosa, you could use another building. Currently, they're upgrading to a Bretonnian fishing harbor, and we're building the Peg Street pawn shop. All manner of questionable items eventually end up here, buyers beware. However, as pickpockets relieve customers of their valuables almost immediately. Strange cadence on my part, but I'll take it. Later, I think I would like to get... Oh, hello, that would give me hordes to use. A spearman at arms horde, or even a peasant bowman horde would be quite handy. Populous duchies or emergency midsummer levies can provide a huge reserve of peasants to accompany the knights in campaign. We'd lose 100 gold though. I'll have to keep that in mind. But now we are ready to rest for a few turns, and later, if no one rebuilds Skavenblight, I will. But for now, I do not want to maintain control of a location that would be quite expensive to rebuild. And I would need to stay around here for much longer. I don't want to do that. We have an interesting event here. The Slayer King in exile. With his armies defeated and his lands occupied, the Slayer King Ungrim has gone into exile. While gathering a small army of his loyal followers, he requests to use your lands as a staging ground for his reconquest of the Peak Pass. Normally, I would say no. But, how can I deny another person their own crusade? I will help out for a time. Whispers of witchcraft. Panic has gripped the peasantry as rumors of a curse-hurling, child-snatching witch abound in local villages. Well, I do not like that at all. I'll take tired army for right now. Calm the peasants. And if we look over here, Tabaro is finally being rebuilt, though I did lose a great sum of money. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with Ungrim, if he did indeed pop up in my lands, or what event might take place later on. Again, it's a new event I've never seen, so I would like to see it. Bohemond, I hope that you can last out here. I don't know if you can. And because you cannot act, we need to get you out of these very corrupt lands.
My steps are guided.
2% corruption? Way too high for me. There's going to be no corruption. Okay. We've got a few more turns to wait here. Then we'll head over to Bilbali to finally put a sword and an end to Clan Scryer. They've got to go. It does look like Ungrim has come to join us. I had no idea that would happen. But if he's going to be here for a time, we can use him. My shock has abated. Now I've got to use him in combat. We'll bring him down. We've got great evil to handle. And he can join me in handling that great evil.
What would you have of me?
What about you, Bohemond? You can wait for now. And over here, we have a limited amount of money, but I wanted to show you that Ungrim is here. Wow. He's going to be able to help me wipe out a grand enemy while I'm busy fighting elsewhere. When we come back, we'll have an excellent staging ground to further our invasion into the Southlands. The dwarves will leave alone. The Eye of the Panther has a lot of gemstones that I want. But again, I wonder how long he'll be here. What a powerful army. One that I'm not having to pay for. He might only be here for a few turns, but I really have no idea. Either way, we'll have him join us in combat very soon. The Winds of Pain. Now we have more magic to use in combat. Very good. Over here in Tabaro, I'm nearly healed up, though not quite. We'll still wait a few more turns until we're ready. I like to go into combat prepared, though it is not likely the Skaven are ready for me. Very true. If we move in, I'll have to gain a treaty. If I cannot, I might have to leave. I really don't want to fight out there. Fortunately, the other Bretonnian dukedoms have wanted to trade with me. And down here, what can we find right now? Laqua is okay with me.
Who calls?
Estalia.
You have a proposal? We are
Can I move into your lands? Right now you won't let me, but what if I pay you a little bit of money?
Never.
Okay, no. What if I paid you a little bit more money? If they choose to not do so, another idea is that I can sell around their lands, which I'll have to do. Okay. And if I do that, I can gain some treasure on the way there. Now, Ungrim, let's bring you down here. I wonder, could I give you a few of my own units? If I can, you could have a very interesting army. Okay. We'll let that happen. He's got a few Bretonnians to help him out now. Fascinating.
Destroy it.
Oh, very good. You're level 3. Even if I lose those units, I'll be okay with it. Whatever help I can get down here is beneficial to our grand cause. I'm gaining more money now. Bohemond, I'll put a point over to Route Marcher. Sure, we'll take that. And for your vow, let's have a look around here. Win a battle at sea? No. Pledge to campaign. Win a siege battle in a desert or jungle climate region? We could probably do that, I would imagine. That would be my vow. And many of my locations are making more money. Very good. I'll take a guardhouse right over here. Who's unhappy? The Adelan Mountains? Ah. Well, they should be, I suppose. There's evidently Skaven out there that I'll need to break down. And so I shall. My income is shot up, thankfully. That trade is really helping me out. I'm not having to pay for Ungrim. Again, I don't know how long he'll be here, but I'm very glad I had 6,000 gold to pay for him. What an interesting campaign. We have a new ally in our crusade. They too have a fire in their hearts as well. But for now, Sir John, you will have to wait to heal. You're still recuperating from that battle over at Skavenblight. That was a very costly battle, but we did do it. And now we're getting ready for Ungrim to come down here to fight. A thing that I never thought I would say in my campaign. Ungrim does have a reason to be down here. Greybeard's prospectors were destroyed. Now that is a grudgeon. It's time to further our crusade to add a grudge to it too. Ungrim, let's bring you down to Lashiek in one more turn when you're able to reach it. And for you, damsel, still more technology from them. She keeps leveling up. I would love to use her in combat already to help out Ungrim, but I have a feeling he'll be alright. I'm telling you, our campaign has changed up immensely already because of his help. Okay, we're nearly ready. Can I recuperate while I sell? A little bit, sure. Let's move then. I've got to sell all the way around. One person joked to me that Sir John should potentially look into financial investors, because right now, him trying to gain investments for his crusade is quite bloody. You're not wrong, but it's what we know how to do. Okay. I don't have any farms back at home, do I? I have fields, no, so I do have a farm. If I upgrade anything, I could lose some of that income. Let's keep on looking. It's got to stay financial for right now, because I need to gain more money no matter what I do. A seller would give me more money from industry, who would have a larger turn movement, but it's only in Sartosa, which is quite limited. No one's coming to fight me here, though that could change in the future. But that would also give me 25% more income from my industry building. That's very good. I'll take it for now. Who else would like to build up? Ah, hello, the port city. Another Bretonnian fishing harbor. In the long term, that could be quite handy due to that extra growth. Okay, we're bound to have a battle very soon. Oh no, they're gone, which means I'm next. If Ungrim wasn't here, our battles would go slightly differently. Bohemond, you'll come back later. Maybe. I've got to keep my gold high, which currently, it's much higher than it used to be. My financial plan worked. Kill a lot of people, take their lands, gain their gold. Foolish vainglory. More war fervor. I can always take more war fervor. Sword of Cain has been claimed. Oh dear me. And a smuggler has been gained too by Sophia. Although illegal, most folks don't think much of cutting a few corners in the name of good business. Will gain more income from trade, faction-wide. But unfortunately, there are beastmen who are coming to Al-Hayik. I probably won't make it back there in time, but we can try. You do it? You did it again. Level 5. I'll put a point into harmonic convergence right now. And with what money I have left, I wonder, should we sell back home? I wouldn't be able to make it back. Not in time. I can always rebuild it. Beastmen come out of nowhere, and they're able to attack a location that you're unable to properly defend. I had no idea they were over there. Here's another point into Awakening of the Wood. I would like to really master what spells I do have right now. We can expect a major battle over at our town of Al-Hayik. I don't believe we'll be able to hold it. That's why I like to upgrade walls wherever I can. I'll save up my gold for that now. It's time. Okay, let's get ready for a siege battle. I'm sure they'll probably attack it in one more turn. I really won't be able to beat that army. I'll try. We'll bloody them. Then we'll hunt them down, or try to. They're usually pretty quick out here in our open deserts. But we'll see. Under Morsliev's glare, Morsliev being the moon up in the sky in our setting. Your warriors range deep into hostile lands, but all is not well. There are dark omens abroad, as if the shadow of some horned god was watching from the evil moon above. If I spend money, we'll gain more leadership. Again. Okay. And unfortunately, our agent was wounded by an enemy agent. Correct. Yeah, we were. You're not wrong. We've built a cellar over in Sartosa. And I was able to pick up more technology. Lords of Athaloran diplomacy. Let's go look over here. Before, I was able to get other bits of diplomatic technology to help me out with our neighbors, like overseas diplomacy, meaning that the High Elves and Lizardmen like me more. The reason why I picked up Wood Elf Diplomacy is quite simple. If we look over at War Declared, you can see that the Wood Elves are quite warlike. I don't want them to fight me. Don't draw me up there. I'm busy down here. Now, Beastmen, I'm pretty mad at you. I'm gonna find a better way to hunt them down. Dark Elves, Chaos over here. Ah, here we go. We'll gain more chivalry when fighting them. We'll deal more missile damage when fighting them. And we'll gain more leadership. We'll take all of it. And while we do that, Ungrim is on his way. If they burn it down, they'll be trapped. Which means I have no idea what they'll do. Let's upgrade our walls over at our port city. And time for Sir John to move closer to Bilbali. We found a very large Skaven army led by Ikit Claw, who's currently level 8. He's rather mighty. He's got Doom players, a Rattling Gun weapons team, and Warplock Giselles. Fortunately, his army is not at full strength, but still, we need to go fight. Oh, what's over here? I'm really tempted to come over here and take their lands. I might have to. I'm not that greedy, but I've got a bit of greed. A bit of greed to fund my campaign. Alright. I think we're now ready to end our turn again. My agent was wounded. There's not much more for me to cover. We just get to wait and hopefully fight. It looks like they're going for it. Here we go. A battle that I will not be able to win, but we're here to bloody them up. I would be able to win, though if they break in, those Minotaurs will make quick work of all of my soldiers. We'll try to take out what we can. That way Ungrim and our Bretonnian men can follow up and hopefully destroy them. They shouldn't be able to move away after they take out this location. At least I hope not. Unfortunately, they do have more magic, but fortunately they have no way to use that magic. Here we go. As you can see here, the battle begins. Many beastmen are coming to the wall. I did pick up a modification for shorter tower ranges, which works to my detriment in this battle. Towers really prevent you from doing a lot of interesting things in battles because they can reach the entire map. But now, the enemy can get closer to me without being shot up completely. I've placed archers all over the walls. If you look a little bit further down, you can see that they have a Cygor way out there currently throwing stones at one of my towers and my wall. They have 2 siege towers that are beginning to land. I've placed my foot squires right over here where they would be able to hold. My paladin, my one paladin is close by. Down below, I have some units, and their goal is just to support where they're able to. If we go look over here now, we can see that I've got several units of spearmen. My ultimate goal is to eventually open the gates and attack their minotaurs. While I'm doing that, my peasant bowmen will continue to hit their minotaurs from above. If they can make Sir John proud, that would be exquisite. But it's a battle where winning is near impossible. Though, if we have faith in a lady, maybe it will be possible. If you look over here right now, you can see that right now my foot squires are winning their initial battle. That beast lord I saw in the corner of my eyes right down there waiting to come up. The foot squires are currently fighting a lot of enemies. Let's go check on my other wall real quick. There's a battering ram on the way. They're currently attacking my poor peasant bowmen on the walls too. And down below are more men who will hold with their spears and pitchforks as well. Hopefully they can take on some minotaurs and win that battle for me. Down below, we've got more beastmen being shot up. They're in the wrong terrain. I like how they're able to use a beast path, but in the desert. I've opened the gate now. Now my men can go after minotaurs face to face. Eventually they'll just break open the gate, but it's better whenever you're able to dictate that on your own. As you can see, they're pretty tough. But because we have them all in one location, they're not too difficult to handle. We've got more beastmen who are traveling downwards. They may have broken from my foot squires. Over here, my foot squires are currently winning that fight. And over here, we're winning another fight, though my foot squires are beginning to lose many of their number. Here's where there's a big battle taking place right now. We've got many of our men-at-arms currently holding off more Ungors. I'm trying to move a few of my archers. They had to hold for a time. We have split up the Minotaurs, but I feel like we're trapped with them and not them with us. Though, as of right now, they're holding on quite well. Let's keep on looking around. Again, my peasant bowmen are still holding. If we get an overview, you can see that this battle is happening at multiple locations. I should be the one outnumbered, but because we do have walls, because we do have spears, we're able to hold on. My Knights of the Realm came in to help out. That's what they're doing right now, taking out any Ungors who might try to flank me. They've done a great job at doing so. If we zoom back out again, we can see what is happening. I've moved my peasant bowmen down below to fire upon that weak point on the wall, where now my foot squires are desperately losing the battle. Why? They have a beast lord on the wall. That beast lord will be able to destroy all of my units. And over here, with all of my mini soldiers, we're able to refute them. We're able to rebut them right on the wall. Down below, there's more Minotaurs coming in. A huge threat, in addition to more warhounds, more war dogs. I'm moving a few of my peasant bowmen down below, where hopefully in time they'll begin to launch a few volleys at my enemies. Up here, I'm bringing down more men-at-arms to try to take on what beastmen are left on that portion of the wall. We keep on moving right now. We can see that I'm beginning to win, at least on the wall on my left wall. On the center wall, what is happening to us? One side is now over. My paladin is now going after their beast lord. We need him to take down that beast lord. If he does not, we're in trouble. His archers are going to inflict some friendly fire casualties, but that happens. Over here are more beastmen moving down. It looks like they have bows, and my Knights of the Realm are promptly taking care of them. That's how they die today. A Cygor is moved inside, but we have peasant bowmen who are currently attacking. Though they are a small group and more are moving into position, they may be able to hold. Another dead warrior. These beastmen are a menace to my faction. And right now, many humans are dying. Let's go for an overview look right now. We can see what's happening. It looks like on the center wall, things are getting pretty close. I'm trying to bring in more units. Over here on the left flank, my men were able to thrash many of these Minotaurs, though they're now pummeling my poor peasant bowmen, goring them into the ground. They've taken extensive damage. There's very little left of them. Up above, we've won on the walls right now. Those warhounds are coming back in. They are wavering though. If we go look over here, their beast lord has broken. Our paladin has won that fight. He's currently chasing him, and it looks like the battle is over. They were unable to break through before their leadership broke. They had a few elite units, but thankfully it was a siege battle. If it was a field battle, I would have lost already. Those Minotaurs were channeled, and by opening the gate, I was able to allow them to fall upon my spears, allowing me an opportunity to do a decent job. Oh, he's gone. Is he leaving? I like how he gores one guy at the very end and says, all right, bye. That's pretty messed up. So that was our battle, everyone. A battle that we somehow won. The lady's been on our side. Did it come at great cost? It did. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Many died, but not all died. That battle is now over. You can see that there's very few left. My only goal now is to use my towers to eradicate those who remain. But there's very few who remain. We've done it. By the lady, we've done it. Sir John will be proud when he hears of this grand victory. Goodbye, beastmen. Okay, maybe, much like Sir John, I should have more faith in the lady. We did it. That battle was won. Gallic Bloodgorge can go away for now. I opened the gates to where I would let in the Minotaurs, but they were greeted by spears, anti-large spears. That was really their one saving grace, was having a lot of Minotaurs. Thankfully, because I was able to nullify that threat, we were able to win. And Cygors are not really worth much in melee. I'll take that money. That's a lot of money. And keep in mind, it's not Sir John directly doing that. It's my defenders of Al Hayek. And Scryer's using a plague. Bordello is now gone. Really? I wonder who got them.
I grow restless.
Well, Ungrim, come over here. It's an easy battle for me. A very easy battle now. Time to kill them. All of them. Gambler's armor. I can give that to Donadon Dominguez. And now, Ungrim, come over here to Alhaik.
I am the Slayer King.
It's time for me to upgrade my defenses over here into basic walls. I'll even gain a trebuchet. And I need a better wall over at Coffer. That was a lot of gold I needed. Ungrim Iron Fist. What shall I give you? 1 point into Route Marcher. I've got to give you that. Very good. Now we get to go to SurrealBeliefs. I've been waiting to do that for a very long time. Alright, here we go.
Attack!
I wonder, will they attack me? Oh, I'll be attacking them. I wonder, maybe I should wait and play it defensively. No, we'll go in and fight right now, even if it doesn't work to my advantage. Though, my only concern, when I think about it, is largely based around having their only enemy out there in front of me, meaning that I don't really know where the other guys will spawn in at. Oh, that isn't a great map, is it? No, not really. I would rather have all of them come to me. If I can get a hill, that would be even better. Oh, right, the blessing has been lost. Right. How could I forget? I'll have to come back to get that. I was trying to be tactically viable, but I've got to remember to always go after them. I won't be making that mistake again. Any Grand Crusader can make a humble mistake. It's about learning from it. We'll learn from it and never do it again. It's time to win more battles. I really thought Ikit was closer to over here. It looks like he moved over into SurrealBeliefs. Alright. Well, let's get ready for a battle. Now here's a properly tough battle. It looks like Ikit Claw was about to equip another legendary item of his. He's got more rats than before, but you know, I'm happy about that. Let's prove that we can beat the full might of the Skaven. I didn't want to beat a half-alive Skaven, a half-alive rat. I'd rather show all of you a proper battle. A battle that we're now about to have. Let's get in there and hopefully win. If not, hey, it's over for me, at least over here. Ungrim is still alive. Here we go. Already the battle begins. If we look at it right now, they have many units that are heading towards me right now, in addition to another reinforcing army that will be here in a short amount of time. I've got my artillery, but they have warp-locked Giselles. Giselles I'm trying to hit as we speak. If we look at it, their Doomflayers are moving right into the center. Ikit Claw is there too. I'm using my Awakening of the Wood to weaken one group of clan rats. He's using a brass orb on my formation back over here, where he's tearing up many of my soldiers. His warp locks are getting a few shots in. If you look at my formation right now, I've layered up my formation as I often like to do. It allows me to respond promptly. Over here are my mounted yeomen who are currently harassing the enemy reinforcing army. We don't know how many kills they'll be able to get until the battle is over. Usually they don't get very many. My Knights of the Realm are moving over to the left flank onto this hill. My goal is to have them come back later to take out those ranged units. They have rattling gunners coming up to me. And now we're charging in. Right here. Those Doom players are just charging right through me. They've got so much magic to use, like that warp lightning that just hit my soldiers and a few of their own. But here's what's going on now. They're using a lot of magic. They have their weapons team currently hitting me. We'll go back into a macro view. I'm not sure if one of them misfired, but it kind of looked like it. Giselles are back here. Ikit Claw is currently shooting at my units. They summon in another group of rats close by. But you can see that I'm trying to hold off at various locations. I'm still harassing that group on the right flank. We're still trying to hold off at various locations, and my Knights of the Realm are now moving in. They were attacked by a group of clan rats. Let's go look over here now. My Knights of Origo were guarding on the right flank. They're being supported by more men-at-arms, and they're holding off many enemies. Sir John knows that it is a deadly battle. He doesn't need to have knowledge of guns or technology to know that those weapons, those projectiles, are quite dangerous. And to fight a rat that has a flamethrower of some sort. What an abomination. He's already killed many. Ikit Claw is a deadly threat. Fortunately, in the middle of our formation, we have begun to win. Or we're beginning to win. Our Knights of the Realm have charged in after those weapons teams, or that one weapons team. As for those Warplock Giselles, they're already fleeing. My artillery was able to beat them. Of course, we'll be able to win in the long term, though I missed out on being able to hit other units. A clump of units. My peasant bowmen over on this right flank have been helping me out. My mounted yeomen have been charging in. They're doing a great job at eradicating those who are fleeing. They can use their bows. We're holding off a group over here. They're only clan rats, and we've been fighting much more than Ikit Claw has. I'm very glad that we fought a battle where it's a bit more full. Here's a lifeblood given to us by our damsel, helping us oh, hello. And another awakening of the wood right over here. That was nearly simultaneously. I really enjoy being able to cover the battles after the fact because I get to really enjoy what's going on, and my microing becomes much better too. Here's some more Skaven slave slingers. They had more reinforcements that were coming in from the edge of the map. That's how many they had coming in. My Knights of the Realm are now eradicating what's left of their Giselles and rats too. It's an easy way to make sure they can't come back. Here's another lifeblood. And now, if you look over here, Don Domingo is going after a Grey Plague Seer. A Grey Seer of Plague. Here's another brass orb. But look who it is. Our leader, Sir John, currently dueling Ikit Claw. Let's see if he's going to be able to take him out. Those arrows probably helped a little bit. There's some friendly fire. We'll ignore that. What a fantastic fight. Ikit Claw calls it though. He says, you know what, I'm going to creep out of here as if I'm not actually fleeing. I'm just relocating. On the left flank, my units are pushing out again. Sir John's army's been fighting for a very long time. We've got to use a majority of peasants, and later we can use some knights to support them. But what a beautiful shot. Truly one of our better battles. Those Skaven are being hit by my artillery as they try to charge in. They're already losing. And to let you know, I am using a modification where summoned units will not degrade, meaning that whenever my enemies like the Tomb Kings bring in Ushabti, or the Skaven bring in summoned rats, they will not degrade over time. They will stay here, and they will be annoying. We'll have to kill them all. It gives my enemies a grand advantage, but I don't mind doing that. Degrading over time was a mechanic added in solely for multiplayer, not for single player. For single player, do what you want. It adds a challenge. For multiplayer, it's a lot more understandable to have that type of mechanic in the game. You can see the rats leaving now. Ikit Claw is certainly getting out of here. They're all getting out of here now. They're trying to. A mounted yeoman will eventually come over here to track him down and encircle him. Here they are. We'll be able to wound Ikit Claw. It feels like he's getting faster. I'm sure the rats are not happy about the current fight. There we go. Now he's been stopped. Now we can bring in even more units. Sir Gaston is still fighting. Look at him. He never blinks. He never tires from combat. Oh no, he's charging in now. Lowering his lance. He's ready. The battle is won. We're just going to wound and kill everything that we can while we wait. Those Knights of the Realm are working hard. Good work. The lady is proud. I was able to win that fight by negating his one advantage, his ranged unit. Ikit Claw is also one advantage they had, but thankfully, Sir John is quite mighty in melee combat. Now we can kill all of them. That was a really good fight. I'm glad we did that. Now I've gained a new trait, a fitting end. We have a higher research rate and more winds of magic too. It's finally time to destroy them though.
The lady grants you safe passage.
What do you need, lady? Other lady? No, I don't want any type of alliance at all. I don't want to have to go up there. That is another reason why I don't really want Bilboli. I don't want to have to go up there. If I take Torgo Vaughn, it might be time for me to leave. What do you need? He likes me a lot. It kind of makes me feel bad. Who knows, I might get rid of these two locations and let him thrive over here alone. Provided no other invasion comes by, they should be okay. Gifted children. Whilst absently observing the noble children at play in the castle grounds, a squire observed some displaying a certain magical affinity. Wow, I could have a much higher leveled damsel if I do that. A paladin would be fantastic. Not that I can get one yet. Oh yeah, all of you are done now. Donna? At level 9, I'm going to put another point into the sword Purifier. Untainted +3, charge bonus +10% for Battle Pilgrim and Grail relic units, and a higher ward save too. Not bad at all. Okay, it's time for me to attack and destroy.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Oh my, it's still a difficult location to take. Alright, we'll go fight that battle in a moment. I've got to go look around my map. Estalia isn't happy. Al Haik is okay. Ungrim can now begin to move back down here. Not bad. If I didn't want to use Ungrim, then we could just use his units. I could just take his units and probably get rid of him in some capacity. Oh wait, no I can't. Oh, look at that. I can't get rid of him. Though I don't believe he's adding anything to my upkeep, so I could keep him in a town while taking his units. Letting dwarves mingle up with my Bretonnian units feels really good. And we could use him as a protector of sorts. He could defend my towns. I like that idea a lot, actually. Okay, Talea. You need upgraded walls too. Thankfully, you're building those. Adeline Mountains, I know that you'll be unhappy for quite some time. I can't really help you right now. I'm not really keen on helping you right now. Let's go by income then. Coast of Araby. A tier 4 El Haik sounds good. Sartosa, you could use a vintner. That's more control. That's more wine. All things I need. More trade goods means more money.
For the lady.
And finally, we get to come over here. Before I do so, let's go look at my one technology that I'm working on. Beastmen will hate me more, sure, but I'll be even more effective in fighting them. Having more ranged damage will help a lot. After that, I'll begin to improve other bits of technology, like improved agricultural tools. We need more money. Lower upkeep, all of that can really help me out. It'll take time, but we'll get it all. We'll get every bit of it. Okay, Bilbily, here we go. Here is another vast battle that we've got to worry about. The Skaven are even hard to see, but we can see them moving through the water now. They'll be coming through quickly. Back here, I'm beginning to set up a new formation. Though we're wounded, we've got to win this fight too. Here we have our damsel, Donna Don Domingo, and Sir John, leading everyone, getting ready for this really awful fight. But it'll be the end of the Skaven if we win. My artillery will make quick work of whatever's coming at me. They'll summon in some rats, as they often do. In fact, they've already done so. Right over here, we can see that now. It's not a big deal. Whenever they do that, it's a waste. Sure, they deal some damage, but we end up just getting kills. We're racking up kills at that point. My artillery has begun to launch their projectiles. There's already a misfire that triggered, causing me to lose one of my projectiles, one of my artillery pieces. That's what I meant to say. The peasant bowmen are now attacking. These are night slingers. Their range is not nearly as good. Here they come. Night runners, rather. There's an awakening of the wood, clipping another group of night runners. I have a feeling they want to leave. They want to leave. That one rat has a few shafts in him. Oh god, they're quick now. Yeah, whenever they flee, they're much faster. There goes more artillery and arrows, hitting their initial waves. But more are coming in. As you can tell, I've been charging in a lot more in my battles. Because I'm able to play on my own, it's a lot easier to do so than trying to zoom in and trying to micromanage. So I really prefer what we're doing now. Let me know if you like having these unit icons and informational bits up from time to time. There goes Sir John. We can quickly exchange between the two by just me holding down spacebar whenever we're in a cinematic mode so that we can still see the entire battle. So you can see now, Then on the right flank, I beat another summoned group of clan rats. I'm trying to form a right flank. Here comes another warp lightning that's about to hit a few of my units. Fortunately, well, unfortunately for him, he's dead. But fortunately for the rest of them, it only hit one unit. Sir John is currently fighting inside of a group. Don Domingo is not too far behind. You always know that. There he is right there. There's that Awakening of the Wood, knocking down many rats. Here comes many more rats, though, and another one of their leaders. They have more rats on the way who are charging in. It feels like they can't be seen. Many of them are fleeing. It's a battle that they've lost. I don't know why they're even trying today. They're climbing over that hill as we're pushing down on them. See, it used to be that I would just wait for them to come to me. Let them come to me somewhat. Then I get to charge in and play. It's a lot of dead rats. There's another warp lightning. My damsel's taking some damage right now. That's unfortunate. There's another Awakening of the Wood. You can see that she's fighting in melee. Don Domingo has been hit by some attacks. That Warlord has got to go down. Even my damsel's fighting that Warlord, but I'm going to move her back now. Don Domingo will engage him. He goes after Sir John. What a bad idea. These two always fight together. Strength in faith, strength in arms, strength in brotherhood. My other units are holding on, fighting many more Skaven out here alone. They hold well. They fight well. If we zoom out, we can see what's happening right now. My right flank, I'm moving down with many of my Knights of the Realm who are chasing after those who are fleeing or who have ranged abilities. If they have ranged abilities, they're even easier for me to take on. There's another warp lighting. Did I hit more of your own Skaven? Feels like it. There's a lifeblood following suit. With great haste, we use our spell casting. And now, more of these rats are beginning to run. The damsel's back in melee again. She casts spells, she hits. She's all about smacking. And now we're just chasing after more of these enemies. The battle is completely over. There we go. It is a one fight. Let's see here. Rank gained. Level 11, more chivalry gained. Very good. We didn't lose very many. That was a battle where they were already broken. Time to occupy a new location. Warrior. Alright, a new trait gained. You must fight, for it is what you do. It is what you are good at. We've won more than 90% of our battles. Yeah, you're right about that. More chivalry. Plus 5 to melee attack. And plus 10% to weapon strength. If I keep on going up, my god. We'll gain a lot more power. Alright. Level 11, my friend. Lance of Bretonia. Not right now. Maybe later. I would like to get my Grandmaster of the Knights of Origo before I do that. Which means we need a few more. We need all of them, actually. I'll take Extinguish the Heresy. Beastmen could come down here, but we specialize in hunting down Beastmen. Sophia, I'll put a point over into Life Bloom.
Protector of the realm.
Are you still alive? The rats are still alive. Okay, very well. I'll take care of them. Thankfully, we're able to replenish right now. We can do that. Estalia finally marched out. They waited until they knew they could win. Then they were like, hey, you know what? Let's go take a victory today. A victory lap. Alright, that would be a cheaper recruitment cost for many units. If only it was globally, then it would be fantastic. But either way, that would lower some upkeep. Not by a lot, but by a marginal amount. We'll see what I want in time. I don't have a lot of gold right now to use. Ungrim can't really move out. Alright, time for me to end my turn. There's not a darn thing I can do anymore. Thankfully, we have gained the Blessing of the Lady once again. That'll be quite handy. There's a lot of calls of errantry. More technology completed for me. And a new trait gained, Confident Defender. The Exterminator. You know, we've beaten Skaven many, many times now. That one single lord came by and it died. Here's one more to get rid of. All Skaven are gone now. Hedge Wizard plus 8 to our Winds of Magic Power Reserve. Knights of the Lionhearted, Knights of the Realm. We can pull this guys in later if we so choose to.
If the lady wills it.
Bilbali, I don't really want you that much. But it really depends. Would I be able to make you stable one day? The corruption is an issue for sure. That would be more control. I mean, I could try for now. If we lose it, then we lose it, and I call it a day. Level 13. My god, you leveled up twice. Very good. Here, Collector. And finally, Grandmaster, the Knights of Origo. Under their Grandmaster, Sir John Tyrewell, the Knights of Origo have crusaded extensively against the enemies of all right-thinking folk and gained a considerable reputation from their enemies. Here, Collectors over here. Hopefully, we won't be fighting elves anytime soon. Who knows? The future could be strange. Donadon Domingio will now pick up Warrior, not Warrior, level 2. And Sophia will put another point into Earthblood. Again, I like to focus on my few abilities that I do have. Let's master what we have for now. For new technology, what do I want? I mean, these are okay, but that's a lot of gold gone. Let's take something that is currently free. Improved agricultural tools. There we go. I'll wait here for one turn. Here's another settlement upgrade if I so choose to use it. It's my only one. Back at home at Pyrus, I believe we're okay. Ungram, I feel like you could beat the Tomb Kings, but I'm not too sure. You're not at a very high level, but neither is that king. I wonder, is my other damsel back? No, she'll be back in one turn. Good, good, good. Talea. I still haven't decided on what I want to give you yet. There are units that you would be able to recruit, but you wouldn't be near my front line, so I feel like it should only be financial, at least over here. You wouldn't give me any money, only growth. That would give me money. Eventually I would lose some money due to another building, but what about a windmill? I need fields for that windmill. Yeah, we could do that. I feel like it's a really good thing to have before I pick up anything else. I mean, we get more growth, more income. Though, if I pick up a seller, that would be for industry, because at level 3, I lose money from my farm. So I could avoid my farms and instead focus on my seller and later storehouse to get more income from my industry. We'll do that instead. It feels more appropriate for a location where I'm not going to recruit extensively. Lucini will be level 3 as well. Sartosa is good. We have no money left. So now I get to patch up for a little bit longer as we recuperate over in Bilbali. You can see how much we've conquered already. It's been a very interesting campaign, and thanks to all the diplomacy, we can actually maintain peace for once. Maybe one day I'll rebuild Skaven Blight. I don't want to do it right now. It'll be when I have a cheap extra army to use out there, a bunch of peasants who don't really have a job. We need a job. Okay, Ungram, get ready. It's time, I think. We finally get to fight the Tomb Kings. King Pintu has a rather large army, but only a few elite units that could bother me. We've got Nehekaran warriors. Over here we've got Necropolis knights, stalkers, and some horsemen. With my dwarf units and a few of my humans, I feel like we've got a pretty good shot. Bows, guns, all of it. Yeah, this should be pretty good. Let's see what we can make of it. The undead are on their way right now. I'm heavily outnumbered. Whether or not I can win, it's really up in the air. Though we shall do our best. You can see that I've got artillery. My formation is way out over here. They're already using a tomb swarm to damage my units. My units are moving into a new position. I'm fairly spread out, but that's only because of their tomb swarms. Tomb swarms deal so much damage. I'm trying to use my longbeards to hold on to various positions. It looks like there was a bug with our army here where they have no weapons, meaning that I've got to largely use my range units to hold on. I'll have to try to find out what event is causing that, but now I know why they dealt no damage at all. I didn't know that until afterwards when I noticed that my longbeards had no kills at all. But either way, they're charging in. They're that brave. My slayers are charging in too on the left flank. If we zoom out right now, we can see that I do not have the upper hand. Not at all. My thunderers are doing their job and shooting into the fight. On the right flank, my units are just trying to hold and protect my thunderers. My thunderers are very good, sure, but they need a very decent line of sight in order to hit their foes. If they do not have it, they're unable to execute their deadly maneuvers. Here's the battle right now. I'm just using my artillery to wipe out so many of these elite units too. 2 are now down. Fantastic shots, by the way. My god. I had no idea they were so accurate. What we could do later on, we could get rid of the Longbeards and keep everything else. I mean, even if I don't have the entire army, having a free legendary lord is fantastic. There's not too much tactical nuance to this fight. It's just really about me holding on and trying to use my ranged units to take on my foes. Ungrim is doing a fantastic job at taking out so many enemies right now. Let's keep on looking. My peasant bowmen are trying to eradicate their archers. I really enjoy how an arrow can take on undead like that. These Necropolis Knights are quite damaging. They're surfing their way onto a new location right behind my Longbeards. That does go to show you how sturdy Longbeards are, though, that they're able to hold on for a time. Which means that my only damage dealing will be dealt by my Bretonnians and my ranged units, in addition to my artillery. Again, the artillery is crucial and key. Whenever you're fighting a foe that heavily outnumbers you, you've got to use them. So over here, I'm my mounted yeomen charging into more archers from behind. You can see where all of these blasted Tomb Kings are grouped up. They used a Tomb Swarm, damaging my poor Longbeards who are left. I would like to think that they were cursed by the Tomb Kings, where they're unable to use their weapons. Let me tell you, Warhammer magic is crazy. It's not beyond it. It's not beyond the scope. Let's zoom out real quick to get an overview. Heavily outnumbered on the left flank. The right flank is still god-awful. And right now, my mounted yeomen are eradicating the rest of their archers, while my artillery works overtime. They summoned in Ushabti, and as I mentioned in a previous battle, I have a mod to where they won't degrade over time. I've got to kill them, or we lose everything. My Longbeards are running. My Thunderers are now in position, firing volley after volley. Let's hope these bullets are enough right now. My poor Slayers are nearly wiped out. They'll probably move to a new location at this point. These Stalkers are fighting. Can't really do too much, can't they? I don't believe they can. Here we go. You can see now that we're just holding various locations. I know we're moving a lot, but I just wanted to kind of give you an overview. Over here, my Slayers are getting completely trounced. We're using what we can with our Thunderers to wipe out these Ushabti. That group is not going to make it. That's really unfortunate. I was hoping to be able to keep them, but 2 will not be sufficient to maintain that unit size later. They're just going to break completely. Okay, now to the main part of the battle that's left. It's going to be all about that artillery hitting these warriors over here. Not to mention Ungrim taking out their leader. That's always very important. Ungrim is still fighting very hard. We're going to use him extensively now and in the future too. Even if I lose my Longbeards, hey, getting a legendary lord like Ungrim, I don't know for how long, but even for a time would be exquisite, and is exquisite, especially if it doesn't up my supply limit cost at all. We've won the battle. The battle's now over. They have fallen apart. Their Tomb King was slain by Ungrim, and we have won. Good work. That was a rough battle. We won. We did lose our Slayers, unfortunately, and they're usually a great boon, but we barely won. That was about to get really bad. Now I know that we need to support our dwarven friends if they want to support us properly too. My artillery is really the only reason why I won that battle. Okay. Time for me to kill them. There we go. A Dawnstone, really? I'll probably give that to someone else, and I'm going to let Ungrim be a defender rather than anyone offensive. Because I don't have to pay for him, he makes for a great defensive army. I'll let him keep a few of our Bretonnians to support him, of course. But we just need to get ready to come back down here, I think. An Eshin. Oh, right, that might be that one faction that's down here currently. It is time for Sir John to come back home, I think. it's time to take on a few more enemies. Prosperous harvest. An unusually bountiful harvest has left us with a rare and excessive surplus, really. More growth? Or cheaper buildings? I like cheaper buildings.
I must fulfill
Ungrim,
my
time for you to go
slayer
back.
oath.
For now.
The slayer in me seeks death.
Martek, I might not be able to hold you for a time, but we'll be back one day. Ah,
Aye, but the axe of
not able
God
to replenish
demands blood.
local effects, huh? Interesting. Hinder replenishment. Oh, it worked! Their agent action could have killed me. What about what rights I have right now? I don't really need any of it, do I? No. A peasant capacity for only a few turns is really not that beneficial. That local recruitment capacity is pretty good, but I would have to be wealthy already. Call against invaders. Again, we can use that, but not yet. I still want to improve my locations that I currently own.
My reputation.
Yeah, I wanted to kill Clan Scryer. I don't believe I want to hold these lands.
Lord and hero.
It's too much for me to hold right now. I'd rather go right back over here to my homeland. We can keep on to what we have now. I wanted to go kill some orcs. I might have Ungrim go up there later when we're done down here. But not yet. Okay, Sartosa. Time for you to build some cellars too. Or a storehouse. There we go. A bit more income. And over here at Al Hayik, you have upgraded walls already. Basic walls. But walls nonetheless. I can destroy these buildings when I give it to them. How bad would it be? Oh, pretty bad, yeah. I really doubt I could hold on to it. If we were to upgrade each location, maybe. I suppose we could give it a shot. Let's lose some income. It's worth a shot, man.
What is your behest?
Alright. She's back. Can you take out that agent? I doubt you can, but try it anyway. Oh, hey, you did it. Again, I need to have faith in the lady. Hates Tomb Kings. I know you do. We'll put another point into harmonic convergence. Now it's level 2. Better. We can hold out over there. John will move back. We'll probably go down into the mountains to rebuild what we can. We'll begin to go after, you know who, the followers of Nagash. Now our crusade may begin. We'll end it here, everyone. I would like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you for supporting me. And to all of you, thank you for watching. Do not forget to leave a like and comment right down below. And if you would like to join our community, we do have a Discord channel linked down below too. Until then.